Rest in peace, Lizzie.
She does not go by Lizzie.
Well, apparently the Brits call her Lizzie, so...
Maybe when she was having a slut face in her 30s. Call me Lizzie. Do you think the Queen ever had a slut face?
She probably had an OnlyFans. Hi, everyone.
Welcome back to
Loud Foreigners with Sarah
and Ellery. We're so happy to have you back. Thank you, everybody, for leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Thanks, bitches.
Shout out to Sarah's brother, Casey, who wrote us an amazing review. Please recite this amazing review so everybody can hear it.
Okay, so he obviously gave it 5 stars and titled it Aged Like a Fine 1967 Vintage Wine You Need.
Ooh.
He said, "You don't realize you need this podcast in your life until you have to wait 2 weeks for the next drop. The smooth, silky, welcoming, and always hilarious banter between Sarah and Ellery are just what the doctor ordered to fill that black void in your soul with laughter and rainbows. Yes, men finish too quickly. And no, we don't peg on the first date. But that's just how we like it. Fresh, raunchy, and real. Hashtag Sarah is the funny one. Hashtag let's get fucked up and die."
It's great. I loved it, except for the part that you're the funniest one. But the rest of it is great.
I mean, people have opinions. But, you know,
Just
I
like
loved
they
that.
have assholes.
That's a saying, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has an opinion.
Yeah.
Just like, how does it go?
It's something like that. I don't remember.
Opinions and assholes.
Oh, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
True.
Thanks to my brother's feedback on the podcast, we have a new segment where we're going to talk about things that are happening in the world, things that are happening this week, yesterday, today.
Like news or memes or pop culture, literally anything.
What's the segment called, Sarah?
It's called What's in the News?
The Queen died. Sarah, what did you, when you saw the news, how did you feel? Where were you? And how did you feel?
I was like, oh.
I literally just spit out my water.
He did. I was like, oh, that's some news.
Oh, cool. I love that for you.
Well, as you know, I'm an American, so are you.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any strong feelings about it. I don't feel emotional about it, but I do recognize like its significance, and I know she's been the queen for like a long ass fucking time. So
Indeed. She was an old woman. How old was she?
I think 96.
96.
Yeah.
Dang.
Just like the Mormons, they live a long time. Queen Elizabeth, R.I.P. Yeah, you can. That's fine to say R.I.P.
I'm not.
Rip. Is it better? Rip of that one.
Queen Elizabeth. Rip. It's fucking weird.
Queen Elizabeth.
That doesn't work, no.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it's better, I think, to say it.
Oh,
like
okay.
Like if you're speaking, I think you say it out loud. It's like when you're texting. Rest. R.I.P. No, you could say R.I.P. But not rip.
I see it now. I see how it's weird.
Rip. Queen Elizabeth. Rip. Stop yelling at the queen to rip things.
Rest in peace, Lizzie.
Oh my god.
Someone who's British actually said that on Instagram. Said, "Rest in peace, Lizzie."
She does not go by Lizzie.
Well, apparently the Brits call her Lizzie, so...
Maybe when she was having a slut face in her 30s. Call me Lizzie. Do you think the queen ever had a slut face?
She probably had an OnlyFans.
Bitch, I would so subscribe.
Oh, me too, for sure. What would it look like? Oh my god, we're so gonna get struck down for this. I don't care.
This is the way I want our podcast to get canceled.
If I'm not wheezing because of laughter it's not funny. If I'm not gasping for air, it's not funny. Sorry. Bye. Okay.
Anyway, rip.
Rip Lizzie. Life goes on when you die, all right?
No,
People die every day, and babies are born every day. And either way, life goes on, okay? I have no emotional connection to you.
Yeah. No emotional
queen.
connection, clearly. Rip, Lizzie! So sensitive.
Sorry.
She literally just died, and you're over here like, rip, Lizzie!
I don't know. She's like
a football player.
Ellery! Let's keep it tight!
Rip, Lizzie!
Rip, Lizzie!
I am dying. Okay. Our next segment is
Rude, crazy, or petty.
How does this segment work, Sarah?
Well, one person tells a story, and the other person has to decide if it is rude, crazy, or just straight up petty.
It can be a story, it could be a really short anecdote, doesn't matter.
So one time when I was working in Tianmu, for those of you that don't live in Taiwan, Tianmu is in the northern part of Taipei. So I was working up there across the street from Taipei American School, right? So that's like a very crowded, lively area. I was walking back from lunch, and me and my coworker see this woman like crouching down on the side of the road, like in between. So there's cars lined up on the side of the road on either side. And so she's standing in between like two of the cars. And we see her crouching down, kind of doing like the Asian squat. I was like, what is she doing? And as we're walking closer and closer, we realize in broad daylight, like at peak lunch hour, this woman is shitting in a plastic bag. And as we are approaching her, I'm like, she doesn't see us coming. Like, should we make like a bird call, or should we like say,
bird call.
I don't know, like should we make a sound?
You're like walking past the lady shitting in a bag and you're like,
I don't even remember if she finished or if she just like quickly stood up, but like her pants were fully down. She was literally shitting in a bag, and I could not believe my eyes. So of course I went back to work and I told everybody about it.
I'm gonna say, is it rude, crazy, or petty? That's crazy.
Yes, girl.
However, respect. Sometimes you gotta shit. I've been in a situation where I had a plastic bag and I really had to shit, and I didn't do that. And I feel like that, like she even crouched down between two cars. Like that's clever. You gotta give her props for that.
Okay, but this is like, there's residences, there's schools, like, and what makes things worse, no, I get it, like, you gotta go.
Worst?
No, that came out wrong.
Oh, okay.
No. To make things worse, but then there was a shut the fuck up.
Why was there a No.
To make things worse, there was a 7-Eleven like half a block away with a bathroom.
Our next segment is,
Did this really happen?
Did this really happen? For those who couldn't hear what we were saying, that was very high pitched.
If you couldn't hear or make out what that was,
We were going, did this? Like, I don't
speak for yourself, bitch. I was clear as day.
Yeah, you sounded like you were underwater and drowning.
Like I was earlier. Ellery's gonna go first in this segment. Take it away, cunt.
When I was, I would say like 6 or 7 years old, at the zoo with my mom, only my mom.
Did you get dropped in the gorilla pen?
Hold on. We're at the Otter pen. Now the Otter pen,
cute.
Very cute otters. It was like, it goes down and there's like grass around the sides and then there's water, right?
Okay.
Obviously otters are
Lol.
They're not. Okay, redundant. My mom goes to like go get water from the water fountain, and I had the great idea of jumping up onto the like cement fence thing.
Yeah.
And naturally, I'm like trying to look in to like see better, and I fell into the pen. And then
How far down was it?
It was like not. I would say like 6 feet maybe. No, a little bit more
Put
than
your
that.
kids on leashes is what I'm getting to. Like
You think I should have been on a leash?
They have kid leashes. Yes, because kids do not have logical thinking.
This was like really scary though, and I was like,
All right.
I was
Case
started
in
crying.
point.
I was like, Mom, and all these people were like yelling down to me. They're like, but it wasn't. I mean, it was otters, so like the
Right.
otters didn't like hardly
not
even
like a
notice.
lion.
It wasn't a lion or a tiger or a gorilla. But then I had to shoot them or whatever, But then I was in there for like 5 minutes before like the.
Did you swim around with them?
No, I was on. I told you I was on the grass part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they
And you
came.
just stood
They
there?
came and they saved me
Oh.
and escorted me out.
So
And my-
did this really happen?
Yep.
I don't know. Yes. It did really happen.
Gotcha! I made
You-
that up!
You bitch! You bitch! Because sometimes I'm like, no way, this didn't happen, because I would have already known about it.
Yeah, if this had happened, I probably would have told you this story before.
Yeah. That was convincing.
Sarah, this is another suggestion by my brother. He was like, you guys should do, because I play instruments, he was like, you guys should do some musical comedy in your podcast. Especially if you're going to do a live show.
Okay.
Because then people would like remember the song, and then you do it at the live show.
Yeah, like Smelly Cat.
No, but something from the episode. So at the
Right.
very end here, we do like...
That's like a real ass song, Ellery. Hey.
Rest in peace, Lizzie.
Rest in peace, Lizzie. Rest in peace, Lizzie.
Rip, Lizzie.
Rip, Lizzie.
Hey!
Rip, Lizzie. Hey. You were a great queen.
Rip,
Lizzie. Hey.
Rip, Lizzie. Rip, Lizzie. Let her rip. You finally kicked the can. Rip,
Lizzie. Hey. Rip, Lizzie. Yeah.
Rip, Lizzie.
Lizzie. Rest in peace, baby.
Rest in peace, Queen. Beyonce died?
That's cute. I love that. Oh my God, Ellery!
Right?
Look at you with your hidden ass talent. Hey!
So, all right, thank you, Clark, for that suggestion.
Love
of
you,
making-
Clark.
Yeah,
Come
we
visit
love-
us.
Yeah, he plans to one day.
Is he the one
hopefully.
with kids?
No, that's the other
Oh,
one. But
that's Blake.
he's working on a house, and his whole thing is he's fixing up the house, and then he'll have renters come.
Does he need a partner to like?
No, what he needs is help, because there's so much to do, and he's doing it all alone. Like the floor, the plumbing, the electrical, the bathroom.
He can do all that?
Yeah, it's what he does.
Wow, that's hot. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna think about that later.
I don't. Need
Hi,
to,
Clark.
I do not need to know about that. Thank you very much.
Oh, hush. It's a comedy
definitely
podcast.
not going to show you a picture of my brother, because
I'm
then you
gonna
will
find one.
100%.
I think you've already shown me what he looks like.
Yeah. Oh, I've showed you a picture of my family.
Rip,
Lizzie.
Lizzie. Hey. Rip, Lizzie. Hey.
You finally kicked the can. Rip.
Oh my god. I don't think the Brits are gonna think that's funny.
At all. It's so American what we just did.
Yeah. High five. We are so fucking
America,
American.
USA #1, motherfucker!
Oh my god, that was scary. I really believed you were straight for like 2 seconds.
Did this really happen?
Ellery fucked a girl. Did it though?
And her name was Rip Lizzie.
We gotta cut this off.
Thanks everyone for joining us on episode 14 of Loud Foreigners.
Don't forget to rate our podcast 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. Can they do that on Spotify?
You can rate it on Spotify as well.
Yes. And if you are feeling so generous, please leave us a review and say how much you love us.
And follow our Instagram at
Loud Foreigners. Okay?
Bye everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye, babies. Clark, I'll be hitting you up soon.
Oh my god.